Hello everyone. Welcome to this English learning video. Today, we will practice speaking with a powerful method. It is called the shadowing technique. Here's how it works. Listen to me read a sentence, then pause the video and repeat it out loud. Copy my voice, my speed, and my emotion. You become my shadow. This helps you speak clearly and feel confident. Today, I will tell you a story called The Locked Door. It is about a young woman named Elena, a new city, and a small mystery that changed her day. Are you ready? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more stories. Let's begin. My name is Elena. I am 24 years old. I moved to London 2 weeks ago. I work as a graphic designer for a magazine. I love my job because I love art. But moving to a new city was hard. London is very big and very busy. People walk fast. They do not smile often. I felt very small in this big city. I missed my family. I missed my friends back home. I lived in a small apartment on the third floor. It was an old building, but it was clean. I did not know my neighbors. I saw them in the hallway sometimes, but we never spoke. I was too shy to say hello. One Tuesday, I had a very long day at work. My boss was angry about a project. My computer was slow. I had a headache. I just wanted to go home and sleep. I left the office late. It was already dark. The sky was gray and it started to rain. It rained very hard. I did not have an umbrella. I ran to the bus stop. By the time the bus came, I was wet and cold. I stopped at the supermarket to buy food. I bought milk, bread, and heavy bags of fruit. I walked to my building. The bags were heavy. My arms hurt. I climbed the stairs to the third floor, step by step. Finally, I stood in front of my door, apartment 3A. I put the heavy bags on the floor. I put my hand in my coat pocket to get my key. My pocket was empty. I stopped. I checked the other pocket. Nothing. I checked my jeans pocket. Nothing. I started to feel panic. My heart beat faster. I opened my purse. I looked everywhere. I took out my wallet, my lipstick, my notebook, but the key was not there. I stood in the hallway. Water dripped from my hair. I closed my eyes and remembered. The key was on my desk at the office. I left it there. I looked at my watch. It was 8:30 p.m. The office was closed. I could not go back. I took out my phone to call a locksmith. I pressed the button. The screen was black. No battery. My phone was dead. I wanted to cry. I was locked out. I was wet, cold, hungry, and I had no phone. I sat down on the dirty stairs. I put my head in my hands. What could I do? I felt so lonely. I thought, why did I move here? This was a mistake. Then I looked at the door across the hall. Apartment 3B. A dark wooden door. I never saw the person who lived there. I heard music from inside sometimes. Maybe they could help me. I was scared. I did not like talking to strangers. What if the person was rude? What if it was dangerous? But I had no choice. I stood up. My legs were shaking. I walked to door 3B. I knocked 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. I waited. No answer. I knocked again, louder this time. Hello? Please help, I said. Suddenly, the door opened. A young man stood there. He was tall, he had messy brown hair, and he wore a thick wool sweater. He held a book in one hand. He looked surprised. "Hello?" he asked. His voice was deep but kind. "I am so sorry to disturb you," I said. My voice was shaking. "I'm Elena. I live in apartment 3A. I lost my key, and my phone is dead. I don't know what to do." He looked at me. He saw my wet hair and my tired eyes. He smiled warmly. "Don't worry," he said. "Come inside. You look freezing." I hesitated for a second, then I walked in. His apartment was warm. It smelled of cinnamon and old paper. There were books everywhere. Books on the table, books on the floor, books on the shelves. It felt cozy. "My name is Leo," he said. "Sit on the sofa. I will get you a charger." I sat down. The sofa was soft. Leo came back with the charger and the blanket. He said, "Use this." Then he went to the kitchen. I heard him making something. He returned with a large mug. "Hot chocolate," he said. "It is the best thing for a bad day." I took the mug. "Thank you," I whispered. The hot chocolate was sweet and warm. I felt the cold leave my body. My phone turned on. I called a locksmith. He said, "I will be there in 1 hour." "1 hour?" I said. I looked at Leo. "I can wait in the hall." "No, stay here. We can talk." We started talking. I learned that Leo was a writer. He wrote stories for children. That explained all the books. I told him about my job as a designer. We talked about art. We talked about London. He told me the best places to get coffee. He was funny and gentle. I laughed for the first time that day. I looked at him. He had kind green eyes. I forgot about my bad day. I forgot about the rain. The hour passed very quickly. When the locksmith knocked on my door, I felt a little sad. I did not want to leave. Leo walked me to the hall. The locksmith opened my door in 2 minutes. "Well," I said, "thank you for saving me, Leo. You were very kind." "I'm glad you knocked," he said. "I'm usually lonely in the evenings. It was nice to have company." We looked at each other for a moment. "Good night, Elena," he said. "Good night, Leo," I said. I walked into my apartment. It was quiet, but it did not feel empty anymore. I knew that just across the hall, there was a friend. I unpacked my groceries. I was smiling. The next morning, I left for work. I saw a small piece of paper under my door. I picked it up. It was a note. It said, "I am making coffee at 7 p.m. Want to join?" Note, Leo. I held the note close to my chest. Yesterday was a disaster. I lost my key. I got wet. I was scared. But because of that, I found something special. I found a friend. Maybe I found something more than a friend. Sometimes when one door closes, another one opens. Literally. That is the story of Elena. It reminds us that even on our worst days, something beautiful can happen. Sometimes we just need to be brave enough to knock on a door. Now it is your turn to practice. Watch the video again. Pause after each sentence and repeat it using the shadowing technique. Copy the intonation and the speed. This will help you sound more natural. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for learning with me. See you in the next story.